Live from our studios at One Television Plaza, this is WTAP News at 6.
Victor Lee Thompson's murder trial continues with more witnesses taking the stand. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Phyllis Smith. Day 2 of the Victor Lee Thompson murder trial started this morning. Our Alexa Griffey was back in the courtroom today. She joins us live from the Digital Center with those details. Alexa.
That's right, Phyllis. The state rested their case today after hearing from 7 more witnesses. Victor Lee Thompson then took the stand as the defense's first witness. Thompson testified and admitted to shooting Darren Salam Sr. He walked the court through the events leading up to that shooting. He says it was in self-defense, saying he didn't know Salam was in the house until he heard his voice.
Yeah, I was just surprised me. I didn't know who was on the other side of the curtain. And that's why I peeked the curtain, and he was creeping behind the curtain with a gun.
How visibly could you see that?
It was right here.
Are you in fear for your life?
Yeah, it was an instant reaction.
The court recessed for the day after hearing from Thompson. Day 3 of the trial will begin early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. The defense has reserved the right to recall several of the state's witnesses. And I'll have more details from today's testimonies tonight at 10 and 11. Phyllis.
Alexa Griffey reporting live in the Digital Center. Alexa, thank you. Turning to the weather, meteorologist Kirk Greenfield joins us now with the first look at your beautiful forecast. Kirk?
Looks great. We're looking at sunshine, clear skies right now. When we take a look at the values on the Highmark, West Virginia Skycam, 71 degrees, make that 38% relative humidity. Winds out of the northeast at 3, and the barometer 30.06 inches and falling. Really a fine day. We jumped several degrees here, but it won't last. By 8 o'clock, we're into the 50s, and it looks like we'll be dropping out of the 50s by midnight. Should be mainly clear tonight until we get to midnight, and then clouds are going to thicken up. What will that do to tomorrow's forecast? We'll take a look at that when I return in just a few moments. Back to you.
Thank you, Kirk. The city of Marietta will be replacing its water treatment plants. The city currently has 2 water treatment plants that city engineer Joe Tucker describes as very old. Tucker says the city wants to keep up with contaminants like PFOS, which the current plants do not do much for. The EPA found small traces of contaminants in their water, but not enough that officials have to take action, and not enough to consider the water unsafe, according to Tucker. Still, the city wants to make sure it's up to date enough to handle changes.
If either the action levels become more stringent or for some reason the contaminant levels go up, this new technology will give us the ability to deal with that and to handle those contaminants.
The project is a big undertaking. It's going to cost about $30 million to build, according to Tucker. Officials will discuss how this could impact your water rate in a meeting next Tuesday. It will be at 6 p.m. at the second floor conference room at 304 Putnam Street. We'll have more details tonight at 10 and 11. Repairs to the Duck Creek Trail have been pushed back. According to Marietta City Engineer Joe Tucker, repairs were originally expected to start this week. Now that date has been moved to November 7th. The trail collapsed in June 2020. Since then, it's brought up safety concerns. The mayor and a former city councilman have told us the closure has forced some pedestrians to walk alongside Route 7. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Places like the Family Crisis Intervention Center are stepping forward to promote awareness and provide more information about the services it provides. The center is one of 14 licensed domestic violence programs and one of 10 recognized rape crisis centers in West Virginia. The facility provides free services for men, women, and children in cases of domestic violence and sexual abuse and violence. Officials with the center, like the Executive Director Emily Larkins, says this facility has seen an increase in these types of cases since the start of the pandemic. Officials believe the case count is much higher than what is being shown.
So not only is it generally underreported, Then with the pandemic, compounding that, I think it really became even more underreported.
The Family Crisis Intervention Center says that in the fiscal year of 2021 through 2022, it received nearly 3,000 total contacts, over 10,000 direct service hours, and over 2,000 total hotline calls. The center serves a total of 8 counties, including Wood, Wirt, Jackson, Calhoun, Tyler, Pleasants, Ritchie, and Roane. Riverview Credit Union is holding a food drive. This is the 8th year that Riverview has done this. The food drive started October 1st and will run through the end of the month. President and CEO Doug Ankrum talks about the reason for it.
Especially as we're getting close to the holiday season here, we're realize a lot of families are struggling with, inflation the way it is. Grocery bills are a lot harder, so money doesn't go as far. So we know the food pantries in our area are going to be getting hit harder this holiday season, so anything we can do to kind of help keep their shelves stocked so people who need the food can get what they need.
They are collecting non-perishable food items, canned goods, toiletries, and more. You can drop off donations at any Riverview Credit Union location. More information about the food drive is on WTAP.com. Still ahead, a new bill in Washington promises more competition when it comes to credit card transactions, but one expert says card holders could be the ones that are left footing the bill.
Clear skies led to much warmer temperatures today, but how long will they last? That's next.